welcome to my kitchen. I'm super excited today because I have a guest with me here in the kitchen. He's a good friend of mine and he's a chef just like me. His food is amazing. I brought him here so I could teach him one of my recipes and he'll teach me one of his recipes. Help me welcome Mr. A.J.
Hey, Elikya.
Welcome to my show, Mr. A.J.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, before we do anything, you need an apron. Wear this.
I don't even wear these at home. I love it.
Now your clothes are protected, and we can start thinking about what we're going to cook.
Sounds good.
So, I decided to make spinach with smoked turkey. We have spinach. This is already washed and everything. Onion, bell peppers. I have different colors. Just so it looks extra pretty. Tomatoes. And here I have some smoked turkey. Now, when you buy smoked turkey at the store, it's great, but the only problem is it's very salty for conservation. So what I do is I rinse it especially well to get out some of the salt. Condiment paste, white pepper, black pepper, olive oil, and salt. What do we have here, Mr. A.J.?
So we're going to be doing a skillet potato. The reason that we have the potatoes here soaking in water is for two reasons. One is so that we can get rid of some of the starch that's in the potato. The other reason is to keep them from oxidizing so that we have pretty potatoes when we cook them. So we're going to start the potatoes with a nice bacon fat. We're going to add some peppers and some onions for color and garlic for flavor. And then we're going to finish with some Asiago cheese that's going to give it a great nutty saltiness, and then it's also going to complement the sweetness that's going to cook out of the potato when we cook it. So.
Sounds good. I decided to make spinach today because I know a lot of kids and even adults don't like veggies. But I find trying new ways to cook something can make it taste better. Now we have everything to start. But wait, before we get started, always remember to 1. Wash your hands. 2. Wash your veggies and turkey. And 3. If you're a kid watching this, always remember to have adult supervision in the kitchen because we'll be using a knife and a stove. Be very careful. Now let's get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We need to start with our onions and peppers. So, Mr. A.J., can you help me cut up these peppers and the
Absolutely.
onions?
How would you like them cut?
Diced.
Diced. You got it. Perfect.
So while he's doing that, let's talk about what we're going to do. We're going to fry the onions and the peppers and the tomato a little bit for a while. Add in our turkey to cook with some condiment paste, and then our spinach with another spoon of condiment paste.
Perfect.
Now the peppers.
You want the ribs out of the peppers?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring this refuse bowl over here.
You can add the onion in already. Let's go here.
So I normally make it a practice to take the ribs out of peppers even if they're not hot, because if they are, you won't have to deal with all the heat.
Yeah, these peppers aren't hot, but I mean, the ribs don't really taste that good.
No, that's exactly right. They have beautiful colors though.
By the way, I got these from the Apex Farmers Market.
We have a good friend that knows about that Apex Farmers Market, don't we?
Yep. I like buying organic things and buying from local farmers market because not only it supports the community, it helps the environment and you get better food for it.
That's right. I've seen a lot of food that's listed as organic in the store that definitely wasn't organic.
So going to a farmer's market from time to time can help you eat more organic foods and help the environment.
And when you really think about it too, it's not really that much more expensive.
Yeah.
We waste money on stuff all the time though. If you want to put those in. Yeah, so I take peppers and then I do just a simple pickle brine. And then that way when you add your peppers to them, they'll last you all year and you can add it to your collards or you can add it to your spinach or different ingredients like that. I mean different dishes like that. It really adds beautiful color and a nice like pop to it because it has the vinegar and it also has the heat. So I enjoy it.
So put these in. Let's bring this to the stove. So I've seen something at the store called pickling salt. What's the difference between that salt and pickling salt? I mean normal salt and pickling salt.
I think the pickling salt helps things to cure better. I think it has some additives in it. So, Elikya, I think you're going to need that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know someone who uses pickling salt just as normal salt because she says it's less salty in a way.
I don't know. I'll be willing to try it to see though.
So we should add some oil.
About how much you think?
That looks good.
Perfect.
Top it up so it doesn't spill. Stir this a little. And we'll just, once it starts cooking, we'll keep stirring it. By the way, guys, a quick tip for you. If you add salt into the vegetables release moisture quickly and break down.
That's exactly right.
Now it's already started a little bit. I think it's almost time to add the meat. So we already pre-boiled this meat because, as you know, when it comes from the store, they just smoke it. They don't really well cook it. So I like to pre-boil it before I cook it, so it's completely cooked and tender like I like it. Careful, not spill any delicious turkey.
And I'll take that bowl so that you can keep going.
Thank you. Let's stir this in, and now we need onion paste. Okay. Let's mix.
Guys, I wish you could smell this condiment paste. It smells amazing. They should really make an app that allows you to smell what you're cooking. It's really good.
Yeah.
You think I can get some of this to go?
Maybe. So, I heard there are like spices and herbs that are called like aromatics. I know onion is one. What are some other aromatics that you like using?
I like ginger. I love
I like ginger too.
yeah, ginger adds like such a unique thing. You can kind of dress it up or dress it down, right? Like so.
It's like, I don't know, it's just amazing, especially on fish.
I like it on fish. It's really good on fresh fish. Like I like it on fish. I like it to like I like to do a lot of like soy glazes for like my fish, like salmon and things like that. So it just adds like a really unique element to it that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's like really good. Like thyme, I think that's one of the best aromatics.
I like thyme.
And it's used in so many different cultures of cooking, right? So you got like your jerk seasonings that have like a lot of thyme, but like, you know, a lot of American dishes have it in it too for roast and chicken and things like that too. So.
Might up the heat a little bit. I really like ginger. Like it doesn't go with everything. It's like particularly like you can't put ginger on like everything. Like you can put onion on most things, but I like it. It's great. So I'm going to add in a bit of water. Oop. Be careful.
So Elikya, while the meat's rendering for the spinach, you want to go ahead and prepare for the potatoes?
Sure.
All right.
Where do we start?
So the first thing I like to do is drain the water from the potatoes. And you can see at the bottom, see how much starch comes out?
Whoa.
So
you said
really quickly.
So do you know like the science of how starch gets a crispy potato, or do you just?
I actually saw it on a cooking show and I just thought it. So the next thing I have my little blend here, it has salt, sea salt, it has pepper, and it has garlic powder in it. And so I season my potatoes heavily because potatoes will absorb more salt than you think. I normally do that while my skillet's heating up over there. And I give these a quick toss just to make sure everything's incorporated. And the good thing about using sea salt for me is I can feel when there's enough salt and when there's not. And I can feel that there's not enough salt in there.
So I read something there, it's like every good chef should measure out salt with their hand because like you get a feel for it and you learn how much salt is too much or too little.
Right.
Because like I have a tendency to not put enough salt because I'm like,
you're scared that it's going to be too salty?
It's going to be too salty. We're going to add water and make a sauce and try to cover it in non-salt stuff.
Exactly.
So I feel like using this really helped me because I like feel the quantity and like so I can learn to do it like just by looking at it.
Well, you could literally do it with your eyes closed. Think about it. If you had your eyes closed with the salt, you could feel it and you know exactly how much to put in there.
Yep.
So we're going to let these kind of marinate, hang out for a little bit. The skillet heating up over here on medium to medium-high heat. One of my favorite things to use in the kitchen is bacon fat.
It's good because you can reuse.
It's a great way to reuse it, and there's so much flavor in it. You get smokiness, you get a little saltiness. And so I normally add me about 2 or 3 spoons.
So
And I let it coat the pan. I love cooking in cast iron because it holds temperature very well. It helps vegetables and foods to caramelize. And then what I do is I put all of my ingredients in, my aromatics, my color things, of course my garlic. And you have to be very careful. We just want to get these translucent, just enough to cook them down a little bit because we don't want the garlic to burn. When the garlic becomes really, really fragrant, then that's how you know that it's ready. So I'm just moving everything around a lot now just to coat. But once I get it settled, then I just kind of let it hang out just for a few seconds. And as you can tell, you can smell the smells developing. It's going to be really, really good.
Because I think because you heated it up first, the heat is already like
That's right.
hot enough.
And I believe in layers of flavor, so I also give a little bit of seasoning to my vegetables.
I found like it's sort of like when you're making art, like digital art, you can, if something is a little warm, you can, like if the main color of the drawing is blue, you add a little blue to things that aren't really blue to like give it all this oneness. Like you can add like the same seasoning in different parts of it to make it all feel incorporated.
It gets really pleasing aesthetically. It's the same way with food. People see food with their eyes. They eat with their eyes first. So it's always cool to have something pretty. That's why we have these beautiful peppers. They're going to give great color, but they also, the more you cook them, the sweeter they'll get. So they'll add really good depth with the potatoes. So these are close. You see how the onions are starting to break down a little bit.
Yep.
The garlic's not burning, but you can really smell it, guys. I'm telling you, this whole smell-o-vision thing needs to come to fruition quickly, because you can really, really smell it.
Wow. It's just like, bam.
So I'm going to let that go for a few more minutes. And then once that happens, we'll pull these off. We'll set them aside. And then we'll get some heat kind of going. We'll add our potatoes. And then from there, we'll put a lid on. We'll let the potatoes kind of cook and steam together. Once they're soft, then we want to start browning and crisping the potatoes up. We want to get some of the fond off the bottom of the pan. We want some of that Maillard process to happen with the potatoes turning brown, because that means that the sugars in the potatoes are developing out, and that's going to always equal more flavor.
Yep.
And I think these are ready to pull. Let's see that other bit.
So like instead of like the way I usually make potatoes is to boil the potatoes first and then fry them. But I see like how the steaming, it's sort of like all in one step and all in one pan, which saves time.
And you get a little bit of flavor from the potato that way too. So
instead of it just boiling in water.
Right. So I'm gonna add a little bit more bacon fat.
What other oils do you like using?
I like avocado oil for things that I want to be neutral. I like olive oil is a great staple to have in your kitchen.
Always. Like,
for sure.
Even if just drizzling on top of finished food is amazing.
Right.
Just adds a bright, heavy flavor.
Right. And I like to infuse my oils too. So I'll take some oil. I might add some garlic and some onion to it and just let it cook on low heat for a few hours and then bottle it up so that I don't have to go through that process. I can get both flavors in my oils when I do that. My wife loves it when I do one that's really spicy. I'll take a piece of a Carolina Reaper or a scorpion pepper and I'll do the same thing in the oil. When I do that though, that's when I add my ginger, so it gives it a little bit of complexity. And then I'll do that and we'll keep it. And so normally when I make the potatoes, she likes me to put something spicy in here. So if I did this right, we should hear some good sizzle from the potatoes.
There it is.
We did do it right. Perfect. And we got the perfect amount of potatoes for a skillet. Guys, if you want more than that, just double the recipe up. We cut up 4 potatoes for this recipe.
I wonder what type of flavor it would bring if you like infuse lemon peel with olive oil. That would be super like really bright.
Intense. I think that would really go good with chicken or fish too.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm just going to add a cast iron lid or any type of lid really to this just to create that steam to help the potatoes cook down. It should take about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll start giving these a toss. Once we find out that the potatoes are cooked, then what we absolutely want to do is develop a crust. So once we get them in position, we want to leave them alone for a few minutes, let that crust develop.
This is going to be delicious.
So how's the meat rendering?
Looks good. It looks like some of the juices are coming out already.
That's flavor.
Gonna stir this. Doesn't look like it's burning. That's good. Smells great. I love buying. Like, normal turkey is great, but smoked turkey is even better. Like, I mean, there's always the thing of pre-boiling and rinsing it, but I think it's worth it for just that little smoky flavor without having to grill it.
So I have a great idea.
What?
So since when you buy it at the store, the smoked turkey at the store, it has so much extra stuff in it that's not really good for you and it's really concentrated. One day you'll have to come to my kitchen and I'll show you how we can smoke our own turkey, and then that way we can control what goes in it. We can control the level of smoke. We can control what type of wood we use to smoke it with. And then we can really put your dish to the next level.
I'm not really familiar with grilling, but I like reading cookbooks and watching cooking shows of all types. Absolutely. So I know that different types of woods give different flavors of smoke. So I'm really interested in learning more about that.
Right, we're coming into the holiday season, so we'll see plenty of turkeys around, right? So we should be able to get plenty of turkey.
Now that our meat is cooked, we add in the star of the dish, spinach. Pour that in. Thank you. Let's add in a little white pepper.
Now, why do you like white pepper as opposed to black pepper?
I mean, I like both of them. So I find that black pepper is black pepper is when the pepper berry is at its ripest, and it has like a fruitier, fuller flavor. But I also like white pepper because it feels like it's a bit more like spicy opposed to like a little more fruity. So I like both of them in a dish, but I just really like white pepper.
Couldn't say it better myself. This is really coming together nice. So now all I'm doing, the potatoes have cooked now until they're soft. So now I'm just certainly making sure that everything is coated in that delicious bacon fat. And now that everything is soft, I'm getting everything spread out so that we can start developing a crust on them so that the sugars in the potatoes will develop out. So now I'm going to cover them just slightly again, and we're going to let them cook for just a few more minutes. The last part of the cook, we're actually going to cook them uncovered because we want the moisture to come out of them. We don't want soggy potatoes. We want crispy potatoes. And then we'll add our beautiful vegetables and garlic in to really take the flavor to another level.
Okay, let's open this up. Give that a quick stir.
That's perfect.
Okay, our spinach is ready. This is a great, simple meal to make. It's delicious, it's healthy. I love it. You should totally try this at home. Now, let's focus on the potatoes.
So our potatoes are close. So I like to scrape at the bottom and turn over. Remember I talked about all that flavor that's at the bottom? So you can see the browning bits. I like to give them a turn, and then I like to add my vegetables back in. Try to spread them out so everything looks nice and pretty. That garlic is going to create wonderful flavor. It's a little bit of infused oil in there that's left. So we're just going to give it a good mix. We don't want to break the potatoes down too much because we want them to have a nice chew to them and be pretty toothsome. And now we're going to kill the heat. I'm going to do one last finishing thing. I have here some fresh Asiago cheese. We're going to just finish with a nice dusting of that. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells incredible. Asiago cheese has such a great flavor note when it comes to adding to potatoes and stuff. I don't know about you, but I love cheese, so I'm just going to put it all in here, Elikya. And then we're going to take this to the broiler. That's the beautiful thing about cooking with cast iron. We're going to take it to the broiler.
It's oven safe.
We're going to stick it in here. So once you put it in here, do not walk away from your oven, because if you do, you very well may burn your food. But it's okay to leave it open, but I'm going to go ahead and close it. And this, all we're doing now is just caramelizing the cheese, giving it a little extra flavor, and it makes it look really pretty on top.
So what different cheeses do you recommend for different dishes?
So obviously any type of Italian nutty cheese like Asiago, Parmesan, any type of aged cheddar would be great in this. I probably would stay away from like melting cheeses like mozzarella or anything like that, just because it's not going to give you a lot of flavor and it's just going to melt as opposed to browning.
Ah, so it like melts too quickly for it to have to caramelize it.
Exactly, that's exactly right. So let's see. We're already starting to melt. We'll give that a few more minutes. One last look. That looks incredible.
Here we have our spinach with our smoked turkey. And Mr. AJ, what do we have here?
We have our skillet potatoes that we added onions and peppers to, and we finished with Asiago cheese.
Thank you so much for coming to my show. This was so much fun.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope to have you in my kitchen soon so that we can collabo again and do some more dishes. Guys, don't forget to like and share these videos. Elikya, how can they find you on social media?
So, on YouTube, I'm Elikya Rachel. And on Facebook and on Instagram, I'm at Elikya Rachel.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.